Welcome back to the channel. The Ballon d'Or, arguably the single most prestigious individual award a soccer player can win, is once again about to be handed to its next owner on the 30th of October. It has always been the highest honor for players for generations since its inauguration in 1956. Since then, a handful of 45 players have won it, and only 10 amongst those have won it more than once. The record for most wins is held by none other than Lionel Messi. He has won it a total of 7 times and is once again on the list to secure his 8th. The next on the list is Cristiano Ronaldo with 5 wins. So let's see who has the highest chance of winning this time. Will it be an 8th for Messi, or will a new legend rise to the occasion? The list. Every year before the Ballon d'Or ceremony is held, the France Football Association issues a list of 30 players a month before the event. This list includes the name of players with the best performance in the last season.
These youngsters, they're saying, okay, you can play, Mbappe, Neymar, but take a look at me.
And this list does not include any rankings. Amongst the players of this list, the top 3 are selected and the rest are ranked from 4 to 30, and then a winner is chosen amongst the top 3. The winner and the ranking are done through a complex voting system, which involves the top 30 players, the biggest managers, and past football legends. However, the top 30 players can't vote for themselves, and thus after all the votes are calculated, the event takes place and the rankings are declared. This year, the list includes a vast variety of players from every part of the team's strikers, defenders, midfielders, and goalkeepers. Youngsters like Variol, Musiala, Bellingham, Saka, Kvaratskhelia, Vinicius, and Haaland have made it into the list, but there are also a lot of seasoned veterans like Messi, De Bruyne, Mo Salah, Lewandowski, and Karim Benzema. Apart from these, 3 goalkeepers have also made it onto the list: World Cup winner Emiliano Martinez, Andre Onana, and Yassine Bounou. So many exceptional talents, but there is only one Ballon d'Or to win. So who will it be? Saying for certain is at best an educated guess, since there is no clear winner as so many players have put up a brilliant season. But we can separate the best from the bunch. So let's see who has the highest chance at winning. The best of the bunch. The most obvious contender is Messi. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner seems to age like fine wine. He doesn't run like he used to, but his impact on the field is no less than any other player on this list. He creates chances and constructs counters with a snap of his fingers, or rather, a stride of his legs. When he isn't playing as a world-class striker, he plays as a world-class playmaker. And last season was no different, but Messi didn't win anything with PSG. They had an early exit in the Champions League, and the only thing they won was Ligue 1, which they win every year. Yes, that's true, but for years when it comes to the Ballon d'Or or another trophy in soccer, the World Cup is always given more weight and preference than the club season, because the club season is played every year, but the World Cup comes only once every 4 years. Messi won the World Cup and was the best player in the tournament, and that has more weight than the Champions League and any of the top 5 European League titles, which is why Messi can win it for the 8th time. The next likely winner is the rising star Erling Haaland. The Norwegian striker made his debut in the 2019-2020 season for Dortmund and exploded into the limelight with his exceptional ability to convert chances. In 44 appearances, he scored 40 goals. In his first season, a marvelous number. He stayed at Dortmund through COVID and managed to score 40+ goals for 3 consecutive seasons, and then finally moved to Man City last summer. And that ended as arguably the most influential signing of last season, as he scored 48 goals for Man City, out of which 12 came in the Champions League, making him the top scorer of the season and player of the tournament. He was also the most influential player of the season for Man City, as his goals helped the club achieve not only their first Champions League title,
Well, football's rising star reaches for the stars in
but also their first treble last season, which is why he too is very deserving of the Ballon d'Or. The third man on the list has got to be Kylian Mbappe. Being a teammate with Messi at PSG, Mbappe didn't win any major trophies either. He did get several assists from Messi and Neymar, but overall he had an average season on the club level. The difference maker was once again the World Cup. Mbappe became the top scorer of the World Cup last year with 8 goals, and he won the World Cup Golden Boot. He was the defending world champion and only suffered 1 defeat at the tournament against Argentina and Messi in the finals. As I said, the World Cup holds the utmost weight and preference of the voters when it comes to the Ballon d'Or, and despite Mbappe not winning it, he came so very close to it, and in the process became the second player in history to score a hat-trick in the World Cup final. And if we are to look back in the past, not so long ago the Ballon d'Or was given to Luka Modric in 2019 due to his valiant effort and performance as he led his country Croatia to the World Cup final and losing only to France and Mbappe. If Modric can win it in 2019 for his World Cup campaign, Mbappe has a fair share of glory too. The last player to take into consideration is Kevin De Bruyne. Unlike Mbappe and Messi, De Bruyne didn't have a fruitful World Cup campaign, as Belgium was eliminated very early in the group stage of the competition. However, for his club Man City, De Bruyne was just as influential as Haaland, if not more. It would be safe to say that without De Bruyne feeding balls to Haaland, he wouldn't have scored even half of his 48 goals. Yes, that's exactly how influential De Bruyne was in terms of playmaking, building up, and holding the structure of Man City. People often overlook players whose names are mentioned often in the score sheet, but Haaland and Man City could not have achieved what they did last season if it weren't for De Bruyne. He had more assists than Messi last season. He had 25 assists in the Premier League and 7 in the Champions League. This is very evident right now, as De Bruyne is injured this season and Haaland is struggling to score as many goals. So far, he has only scored 4 in the Premier League. It's not his skills in the box that have diminished, but he doesn't get the ball in the box as often as he did last season. Not to mention the midfield structure and the ball transition of Man City have also lost their effectiveness due to De Bruyne's absence. Taking all that into consideration is not as far-fetched to presume that De Bruyne was as important as Haaland, and he had an equally responsible role in last season's triumphs. So if Haaland is a probable candidate for the Ballon d'Or, Kevin De Bruyne is no less deserving than him. There are 26 more players who have had an amazing season, but in some way, shape, or form weren't as impactful as these 4. Who amongst these 4 is going to be the winner is difficult to decide, as each of them has had a significant impact on their teams. An educated guess would favor either Messi or Haaland, but the other 2 players have been too good to overlook. Do let us know in the comment section which of these 4 should win according to you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share for more soccer content. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notified when we drop a new video.